You know what I mean?
Well, I got to say, I'm super proud of you guys, man. Because
Thank you,
obviously
bro.
been talking to you a lot about the last couple years, your journey, and you know, checking in every once.
You hated us when you first met us. You
I hated that song, Hood Rat.
Yeah, for sure. You and me both.
No, but I fucked with y'all. I remember telling Head like when you guys came, I was like, man, them dudes got like a fucking sick ass look. Like this song just sucks.
Yeah. Shout out to Head too, man. He just shouted us out not too long ago. He said everything we've been doing for the past 12 months is fucking fire. No bullshit. And you know that means a lot coming from Head. He's a tough fucking critic. You know what I'm saying?
And let me say one thing, bro. When it comes, I'm gonna give Kev his flowers. When it comes to this Mexican rap shit, this anyone talking about Mexicans, the only person who ever brings us up in every conversation, or at least several that I've heard,
in the media
is
space.
Kev. In the media space, it's Bootleg Kev. Motherfuckers can't bring up Mexican rappers, and Kev don't throw our name in there, bro. So for that, we salute you, bro.
Because Kev knows what's up, man. You already know he's a true hip hop head and shit. So man, he's always showing us love, and you know it's gonna be always.
I just think you guys are dope, man. And like,
sure.
I always use you guys as an example now because I have like up and coming artists coming up here, or they'll be recording in the studio, and then like if I walk by, they'll be like, "Hey, you got any game?" And I'll be like, "Man, you know, like at the end of the day, bro, like what you guys are doing with like your freestyles and just like, fucking putting up." Using CapCut and putting your lyrics on, like you know, like at the end of the day, everybody's got an excuse for why. Well, I don't have a content guy, or I don't have someone to shoot this shit, or I don't have this. Like, bitch, you got an iPhone in your pocket.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
So either you apply yourself enough to figure out how to fucking do shit on your own. Because I remember you and I were talking, and you're like, bro, I'll just find a cool spot, set up the phone, and record, and then I edit it, and then it's up.
Yeah.
And then anytime you guys have ever come on my show, you're very adamant about like, yo, send me the raw shit so I can put the lyrics on it.
Clip it up.
So I can clip it up myself.
Yeah.
And we started that way, man. Now if you go on Instagram,
I agree.
and now if you go on Instagram, there's a lot of motherfuckers that are doing that little formula that we were doing back then. Now we're switching it up, you know, because you can't be a fucking single trick pony and shit. But you know what I mean? We damn near inspired a whole little wave of people trying to do that formula. You know what I'm saying?
There's a track record. You can find it. I guarantee if we're not the first, we're one of the first to take that real form just with iPhone, single shot, semi-creative, and put the lyrics in it. And it started working for us. The thing is, when it starts working, then it becomes easily duplicated.
For sure.
Yeah.
And we gave a lot of people the game. A lot of homies were hitting us up. I won't say names. And I was like, this is exactly
Alexis.
what we do.
My artist Alexis. I remember I was like, bro, like
Shout out Alexis.
Yeah, like you know, like
And you should do that.
For sure.
Like, because we have 8 billion people on the phone. Your job is to just find them. So that's why I say getting benched for us when we got benched was the best thing that could have ever happened to us because we knew we were those guys. So because we had a chip on our shoulder, we're like, man, fuck that. Like we're going to prove to them we are those guys. And the only way to prove it was to attack the internet. And because we were on our ass and we couldn't drop music, we just were forced to get creative.
Well, I want to talk about that because, like, obviously, like, I'm very hip to your guys' journey with whatever's going on in the background. But for people who don't know, you know, a lot of people were introduced to you through being signed to WACK.
Yeah.
Right.
Shout out to WACK. WACK's my guy. Give people kind of a breakdown because you guys are currently not with WACK anymore, correct?
We are not.
Correct. Yeah.
So WACK, essentially, he found us when we were just an idea. We had just created Coyote like 2 months prior, and we shot 2 videos, which was Viva Mexico and one that never came out. And it got into WACK's hands, and he's like, oh, well, it got into a lot of people's hands, a lot of labels, and they were all interested, but of course they wanted to see logistics, what the numbers were like, and they're like, well, it's just an idea, it doesn't exist. WACK liked that it didn't exist, and he's like, fuck it, we'll take it from the ground up, blah, blah, blah. So within 2 months of inception, we were signed to WACK, and we were on tour with Blueface. And he put his money where his mouth is, put a check in our bank account, first big check as rappers, and
That's pretty tight right away.
Yeah. But then 2020 happened, so that was late 2019. 2020 happened. It started off great. We were on tour with Game all over Europe, killing it, you know what I'm saying? And then we come back to the world being shut down, which in turn led to us being benched. And then when we got benched, we kind of just decided to take matters into our own hands. And we started moving independently, even though we were signed. Mm-hmm. And WACK never stopped it, so shout out to him. And then we really stepped on the gas 2022. And then as of last year, it started gaining a lot of momentum. So naturally, he was calling because, you know, he put some money in our pocket. And we just made it right with him. We're like, what's your number? He said his number. We gave it to him. And it's all love, bro. He calls the phone, I still answer, vice versa.
So you guys bought your contract out.
Yeah, we pretty much bought ourselves out of our contract, you know, just trying to make the business right. Because, you know, this is it's the music business, so not trying to leave any bad blood or whatever, but we just had to do what was right for us because we were already moving independent, so it was like we might as well be independent. Like, why are we still pigeonholed to this, you know what I mean, this contract? So, you know what I mean? We just had to make it right. We made it right, and now
we're bet on yourself.
Exactly, bet on yourself.
And shout out to him because he never blocked us when we were, because we were releasing on DSPs and all that, and he kind of let us do our thing even when we were contractually
on his
signed
shit.
Like
he could have been like, hey, y'all ain't putting out music if it ain't through 100 Entertainment.
Exactly,
100%. So he kept it solid. So when he named his price, we kept it solid right back, and it's still all love, man. But as of 2024, we've been independent.
Well, congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you, man.
And ever since then, man, we've been moving, we've been doing cool shit. And the more shit we do, the more shit happens. So, like, I'm excited to what the future's going to hold for us because, man, we finally got the ball rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're growing every fucking day.
For sure.
Yeah.